Okay, everything is going. Let's change our background. Hello. Good morning. It's morning for me at least. And I just want to know, how do you morally justify your animal use? I have some resources up here. Dominion. If you haven't seen what animals go through, Dominion is a great documentary. Shows you just the standard practices of what we do to use animals. It is kind of long, but it goes over all the animals. So I strongly suggest that if you're going to continue to demand animals be born into existence for you to use, that you go see what it is you're demanding, because whatever label you're going by, you should know what is allowed under that label. And are you okay with paying for that? Are you okay with those individuals enduring that for you? So check out Dominion 2018. It's free on YouTube. Below that is Dairy is Scary, which is also a great short film. It's only 5 minutes long, but it shows you what's inherent in making dairy from animals. There's just no way around it. If you want animal-based dairy, it's inherent that the animal must be pregnant because she's a mammal. And then on the other side, I have nutritionfacts.org. They're great because they break down studies. They have videos about it. They also just list their sources so you can go read the studies yourself. And they talk about what is healthy, what does it mean to be healthy. And below that, they actually came up with something called the Vegan Daily Dozen, which is actually backed by science. So I'd actually call it plant-based, not the Vegan Daily Dozen. But anyway, it just shows you what you need in a day. Easy checklist based off whole foods. It also happens to be one of the cheapest diets. So it's the cheapest, one of the healthiest. There's just really no reason to keep using animals. And the main reason that I'm here is because we're all sentient, right? All we care about in each other is our sentience. And, if that's, how we encompass other humans, regardless of their intelligence, regardless of what they look like, regardless if they're on all fours covered in hair, right? We still give them respect. Hey, Landon. And if we're going to do that for each other, why are we leaving out, other beings that clearly, relate with us? They're having their own subjective experience and they want to avoid harm. So I'm asking you, why aren't you, expanding your circle of compassion? You don't have to care or really like anybody to respect them. It's just the bare minimum of not demanding their oppression, their exploitation. It's that simple. You have to be over 18, so yeah, I'll bring you up. Yeah, so I just want to answer this real quick. You're drinking chocolate milk. That means that you demanded that a mother be penetrated and made pregnant against her will. And then after 9 months, you're still demanding that her baby be stolen from her so that you can mix her baby's fluid in with some sugar in chocolate. And that's what your chocolate milk is. It's baby formula for a baby that was either murked or raised to be just like her mother and essayed just like her mother over and over and over again. So bear that in mind. KTT. Give me 1 second.
Hello, I'm 21.
All right, perfect. Weird, your icon isn't popping up. Like I hear you. Oh, there you are. Okay, weird. TikTok's being weird. All right, so how do you morally justify your animal use?
I morally justify. So you brought up the point of sentience. I do agree. Beings are sentient. I don't believe that they hold the same value as humans
I didn't
based
say
on. I
that.
mean, if we're going off sentience,
So you heard
um,
me say sentience, but you didn't hear me talk about values? Because I said you don't necessarily need to even like somebody to respect them.
wh- it, uh, okay. So, but that's different. So if I say I don't like a human, if I
That's your
don't like
value
you, like,
system. That's
yeah,
your
no.
value
If I
system.
don't like you,
So
that doesn't change your
you
value.
just said you don't value animals the same, and I'm telling you that doesn't matter.
No, but okay.
Yes.
Okay, no, 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 no. There's
Yes,
a
yes, yes,
difference
yes.
between the two. No, no, there
Yes,
isn't.
yes, yes, yes.
No, but that
Yes,
doesn't.
but
So if I
yes.
don't like you as a person,
This is
you're
really
still a
a
human.
comical conversation.
No, but if I don't
It is
like you
though.
as a person, you're still a human.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
Okay.
So that is a completely different
All right, so let's
conversation
change it
rather
then.
than.
It's not about your value system then. It's that they're not in your group.
No, it's not about. If we're
All
going
right.
off sentience,
So
we are
let's
more
get back to the
sentient.
topic then if you want to talk.
Oh,
How
okay,
do
okay, yeah.
you
You don't want to talk about it anymore. Okay, I got it.
do you want to answer the question or should I just kick you? I got
I
people
answered
waiting.
the question. What question do you want?
How do you morally justify your animal use?
Okay, again, if we're basing it off sentience, we are more sentient.
You don't
Um,
know what sentience is then. What is
okay,
sentience?
so you're saying a fly is the exact same sentience
What
as
is
a human.
sentience? Tell me what it is.
The experience of reality. I
Well,
know you're
you
gonna.
kind of got there. It's the ability to experience life, literally just making preferences.
Yeah, 100%. Are you going to say that a fly has the exact same sentience as a human?
Yeah, I am going to say that,
I
yeah.
think that's
So
insane.
again, you
What?
don't know what sentience is.
No, no,
Sentience
I
is,
do.
can you stop talking for a second? Sentience is the ability to experience life, have subjective emotions. You either are sentient or you're not sentient. There's no degree of sentience. It's you are or you aren't. What you're confusing it with is sapience, thinking about thoughts, being self aware, right? Sentience is just the ability to experience life and make preferences. You prefer to be comfortable. You want to avoid harm. You have an interest in continuing to live. That's sentience.
So you hold the fact that like a cow's life is equal to a fly's.
Again, you're going back to
No,
value
no, I'm
system.
asking you your personal opinion.
I don't know the question. What do you mean? Like why am I
I said
valuing the
you
difference
hold the
between them?
exact same value for a fly as you do a horse or a
Of
pig or
course, you
a.
went back to values though. You even said
No, I'm
value.
asking your personal opinion.
Of course, yes, I'm going to value probably the larger animal to the smaller animal because I have a bias.
Okay,
I can relate more. But that doesn't mean I can't respect the fly. Like, let me give
okay,
it to you
so
this way. Let me break down what your fallacy is. Let's say there's a burning building and you have to save one or the other. Are you going to save an old person or a baby?
obviously a baby. That's my point.
Oh, so does that mean now that you can exploit old people because you value babies more?
No, they
Do
have
you
a
see the
less of a
difference
value in
between
terms of
respect and
potential.
your value system? Do you see what I'm talking about?
No,
It
that
doesn't
is my point.
matter. It doesn't matter that you value babies over old people. You can
No,
still
they have a higher
respect both.
potential.
You can still
Yeah,
respect both.
and yet you save one over the other, so one has more value. Am I correct?
So you can exploit old people.
How am I exploiting someone if they're in
So
an
you're
old
not
like a fire?
following. You're not
No, no, no.
listening.
You're saying
What did I
ex
say then? What was the example? What was my hypothetical I just gave you? What was it?
you was in a fire and you had to save either a child or an old person.
And you valued the baby.
Yes,
So
because they have a greater
therefore, in your
potential.
logic now, we can exploit old people because you value them less.
No, they're human.
Okay, so it's about your group then.
Yes, in the sense
Okay,
that
so doesn't
humans
that
are
sound
humans.
similar to other in group think? You're not part of my race, therefore I can dominate you. You're not part of my
No, you're
gender,
part of my
therefore I can
species.
dominate you. You're not the same
Species.
sexual orientation as me, therefore I can
No, that's
dominate
that's
you.
just that's just you're just like that's just a straw man. That's not what I'm saying.
I don't know if you're actually capable of having this
What
conversation.
can
You
I can
sound
I ask
very
you something?
confused and
You're
lost.
very you're
Maybe
very
maybe you
pompous.
should like sit in the audience for a minute and learn something because we're like going in circles and you're contradicting yourself like within the same breath. So we're going to move on. Kookie, are you over
Uh,
18? Hi, are you over
yeah.
18? Right on. How do you morally justify your animal use?
Protein.
Okay, you can get protein from plants. So what justifies using animals?
It tastes better.
Tastes better than what?
Plants. I mean, you just said it yourself.
Don't so you can eat something else.
Nah. Meat tastes better.
Okay, so I think that you taste like bacon. Is my
Oh,
taste
but you wouldn't know.
pleasure?
You've never ate a human though.
Are you gonna just be an
But you
ass?
wouldn't know though. I'm gonna be honest. You wouldn't know though.
Okay. My point was, humans have actually been known to taste like pig. Look up the term long pig, okay? So now that we know that humans taste like bacon, am I morally justified to take the life of humans? Am I morally justified to farm humans because I like baby bacon? No. You know why? There's a victim. There's an individual experiencing in that body. Whether or not they can communicate or contribute to anything or reflect morality has nothing to do with it, right? There's someone in there that is preferring to continue to live and not experience harm or exploitation, just like you. Do not redeem. Are you over 18?
I am. Hello, how are you
Okay,
today?
I'm all right. So, how do you morally justify your animal use?
Because I believe in nature.
Okay, I believe in nature too, but that doesn't morally justify you going out and demanding someone's throat be slit for you.
Well, I don't slit people's throat for myself. I hunt.
If I
I kill the
paid,
animals I eat.
say it one more time, because you just said you don't pay for their throat to be slit, but you do it yourself.
That's correct. I have my
So you
own
don't
animals
eat,
that I harvest
you don't go
myself.
to restaurants, you don't eat at friends' houses, you don't buy at a grocery store ever.
Well, I buy produce at the grocery store sometimes, but as far as meat goes, I butcher my own animals. I
You
raise
don't eat
cows and I
any,
have
you don't eat
chickens.
eggs or dairy from any other sources.
No, I have my own animals that I raise. I live on a family farm that I've had for about 60 years.
Yes, but you eat nothing
Well,
but
I
what's
haven't
on that
personally had it,
farm.
but my family's had it.
So
What's that?
you've only eaten off of that farm and you don't eat anything else.
I mean, in my entire life, yeah, I've eaten
No,
other
no,
things,
not
but
your
that was when I
entire
was in
life.
the
I just mean
military.
in your habits right now.
No, yeah, I eat the food that I raise. I eat it myself. I think anyone that eats food that they can't harvest themselves are disconnected from nature and from the way
Okay.
that life really is. And
So
I
why do
have
you do
respect
that?
for the animals that I eat
Why do you
because
do
I
that?
believe in nature. Because I believe in nature.
Okay, nature doesn't care about the welfare of whoever they're eating, right?
That's true.
They're just
That's right.
surviving. So you saying that you believe in nature is not doesn't make me understand why you do what you do. Is it because you
Okay.
care about the welfare of the individuals and you want to make sure it's done the right way?
Yeah, I mean, I have pride in what I do, but I also like knowing where my food comes from, and it gives
Okay.
me a sense of connection to the animals I'll say harvest because it's a more TikTok friendly word, but yeah, I mean the animals that I raise are all grass fed or it's a thing called permaculture. Essentially, animals live on the land and thrive on the land, and then they return to the land, and the land benefits, and then you just keep that cycle going. I don't
Okay.
believe in the
Do you
idea of mass farming, where chickens are crowded into cages
Why
or
not?
those kinds of things. I think that's disgusting. It's
What's wrong with it?
disgusting because it doesn't give them a chance to experience
Oh,
nature
so
and
you do
things like
care
that.
about their
Plus, they're
welfare.
well, no, it's not about their welfare, quote unquote, but it's also unnatural. It's not something that
Why does it
like
matter?
when you're pumping.
We grow
Why does what
plants in
matter?
an unnatural way and it's fine. They're still
I
nutritionally
don't.
good. But why
Are they?
why is it wrong to do that to animals? What's wrong with it?
Well, number one, it's unnatural when you pump a chicken full of
But what does
hormones to
that
make it
matter?
fatter.
Why
It
does
matters.
it have to be
It's
natural?
unhealthy because
So
it's
it's just
unhealthy if you
unhealthy.
don't.
Do you think that you can't
Mhm.
be healthy on like a plant-based diet?
Most people, depending on their, some people have medical issues. No, no, I don't believe that that's a one size fits all thing. But I also look at nature.
Do you
Animals
think
hunt.
most people can be vegan?
No,
Well, if I gave you evidence, would that change your mind that actually, yes,
I
most
mean,
people
I'm
can be vegan?
can be, will be, or should be. Which one is
Can
it?
be.
And I do have a
Can
question for
be.
you. I think I've
No,
okay.
answer
I
my
have a
question.
question.
I'll get to
I think I've
yours.
answered all your
Do you
questions.
think that most people can be vegan?
Can be, sure. Why not? I'll
Okay,
see
so
the
I'll
point.
give you
Sure.
evidence so that because it sounds like you still don't believe it. There's the Academy of
No, I
Nutrition and
believe you. I'll take your
Dietetics.
word for it.
There's the Academy of
Okay.
Nutrition and Dietetics. They're the largest body
Mm-hmm.
of nutrition professionals that focus on how diet affects your health, even long term. And they all have
Cool.
agreed that a vegan diet is safe and healthy and even preventative to many of our chronic ailments. It's shown reversal for cardiovascular disease. It's shown reversal for diabetes. It's even shown reduction for Alzheimer's symptoms. So a
What do you
vegan
think
diet can
what do you think
absolutely help humans in general thrive. So
Sure.
is there something you
Sure, let me
think
ask
that
you.
you need? Is there something that you need from the animals that you're using that you can't get from other sources?
Milk. How's that?
What do you mean milk? I have almond milk, oat milk, hemp milk.
That's not real milk.
What's milk?
That's not real
What is
milk.
milk to you? Does it have to come out of a
Milk,
tit?
generally speaking, if you're
So
talking
if
about
that's
milk,
the
yeah, it does have
case,
to come out of a
if
teat.
that's the case, what you're
Hmm.
demanding is that someone has to be
Not demanding
pregnant.
anything.
You are. You
Hmm.
are demanding either it's you penetrating or you causing two animals to grape each other. So
Causing.
you're demanding that someone be pregnant. And after
Hmm.
they're pregnant, you have to remove their baby so that you can drink
Hmm.
the baby fluid.
Except that's not how
A
we do
baby
things on my
cow?
farm.
Are you a baby cow?
No,
What is that
no.
milk for? Why does a cow produce milk?
It's to feed its calf.
Are you a calf?
No,
So it's not for you.
it kind of is. Do you know what mastitis is?
You know, you don't need to get her pregnant.
What's mastitis?
It's the infection of the udder because you got her pregnant
What?
and you're
No,
abusing
I
her
didn't get her
tits.
Well,
Yes,
you don't
you
know what I do
are.
with my
You
animals.
are.
Are
So
you gonna
let
let
me
me?
put it this way. I'm going to mute you because you just keep talking over me, okay? The if I was to ask someone to grape someone else to make them pregnant, I paid them money. I said, I want you to do this. Am I not culpable for that? Am I not also at fault for that grape?
Am I allowed to answer?
Yeah, if you keep it short and don't ramble.
Okay, cool. I don't force breed my
So
animals.
you didn't answer my question. What did I say?
I literally just did. I said I don't do that.
No, you're not
Yes,
listening.
yes, you are. You are liable if you tell
Thank
somebody to
you.
grape.
Thank
But my
you.
animals don't do that. We don't
Thank
force
you
breed
for
our animals.
answering my question. I
Are
appreciate
you
it.
listening to my answer?
How
I
do
just
you
told you
get
I
milk?
don't.
How do you get milk?
It's pretty simple. We have dairy cows, and when they get pregnant, we don't
Oh, they
go out
just
and
get
hire.
pregnant on their own. They just
Yes,
randomly get pregnant. You are a little
yes.
Lulu, dude. A little Lulu.
We have bulls.
Why do
We have
farmers,
bulls.
oh, I don't know if I want to talk to you. You're being really
Why? Because
disingenuous.
no, I'm not.
The
If you allow me to
cow
speak, I
must
can
be
tell you.
pregnant, and who decides if and when she gets pregnant? The cow or the
The
farmer? The
the bull.
farmer.
I don't.
The farmer.
Are you good,
You know why
ma'am?
most farmers actually don't use a bull? Because bulls
Why
are
is that?
heavy. Because they're heavy
Uh
and
huh.
aggressive, and they can actually
Uh
hurt the
huh.
cow. I've actually had farmers who are not
Uh
vegan.
huh.
Would you shut up? God, you're
Are you
so
gonna? You don't let me
condescending.
talk.
Yeah, because you're being condescending. You're not here to have a conversation. So I've had farmers come up on my live that are not vegan that tell me that it is immoral to have bulls mount cows because they're so aggressive. They tell me that AI is the compassionate choice because she'll get pregnant without the harm. Okay? So either way, you're either harming the cow by forcing her to get pregnant by having a bull mount her aggressively, or the farmer is literally plunging himself into the cow, holding her cervix in place and squirting some little bull baby juice that they got off a bull earlier. They massage that in her and they get what's called a slick. That's how they know for sure that it's in there good and there's a high chance of her getting pregnant. She only produces milk when she's pregnant. If you want to have perpetually producing cows, you have to make sure they're pregnant every year. Okay? I don't know I understand that this bothers you, but you're demanding it. If you don't want to support that, stop using animals. Okay? And as far as hunting, you're taking someone out who's just living their life out in their home. And wild mammals only take up 4% of our total mammal biomass. 4%. You're taking out the tiny bit of wildlife that we have left and claiming that you're doing it for the good of the world. It's terrible. You don't care. You only care about your benefits. That's what oppressors do. They demean their victims. They say their victims don't care about their lives as much as you enjoy the benefits of their oppression. Sad. Hey, Kale.
Are you Catholic?
Are you over 18?
Yeah, I am, but are you Catholic?
What year were you born?
2003. Are you Catholic?
No.
So why does it say morally in the top thing?
Wait a second. So the only
'Cause
way to have morals
animals-
is to be Catholic? That's
No,
silly.
but animals don't have souls, so it's technically not morally wrong.
Okay. Are you religious? Are you Catholic?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So you're
And-
saying that animals only have this one life. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying?
the animals only have this one life.
So they
don't
have this one
souls.
life and you get 2 lives.
How do we get 2 lives?
You have an afterlife, right?
Yeah, heaven, but that's not a
You
life.
get 2 lives.
No, it's
You
not
get
2
2
lives.
existences then. Is that better?
Yeah, but that
Okay,
is
so the
better.
animals don't get that though, right? They just get the one existence.
Yeah, they do, but they
So
don't
it's
have a
your
soul.
right, someone who doesn't even need to use the animals, who gets 2 existences, it's your right to take someone who only has 1 existence when they're babies.
You're calling an animal someone. An animal is not someone.
I like that you get so distracted you can't answer my question. I just pointed out a huge hole in your BS garbage lie, right? You didn't even want to recognize it.
Well, you muted me, so I couldn't really answer it. What'd you say?
I'm gonna move on. I don't really care to talk about religion. It doesn't sound like you actually care about religion. No religion actually justifies violating someone's body. And yes, someone, because they're having a subjective experience. Hi, Willie. Are you over 18?
Yes,
What year were you born?
2003. No, I'm 22. Yeah.
You shouldn't have to second guess your age. Hey, Nomad,
Yo.
are you over 18?
I am. I'm 33.
Right on. How do you morally justify your animal use?
So how much do you know about hunting?
So, can you answer my question and then I'll answer yours?
Right. Well, it's a 2-part thing. So with hunting, your question is how do you morally justify your animal use?
Yeah.
A lot of hunting, you can. There's a lot of animal conservation done through.
I only
hunting,
want to
through
know about
animal
your
licenses.
situation. I don't care about.
Well, I'm a hunter, and I pay a significant amount of cost each year that go towards animal conservation.
So this morally justifies taking someone's life
Well,
because you
what
donate
about-
money to a park?
So, well, how about white-tailed deer down here in the south? And if the population is not thinned, then it's actually detrimental to the entire ecosystem and every other animal.
You know
in
what's
the
really...
ecosystem.
do you care about ecosystems? Is that what you're saying? Because
do.
the ecosystem,
Do you not?
I do actually. You'd be interested to
Well-
know that a vegan world would actually improve ecosystems.
False.
We would reduce
False.
our land use.
80% of vegans.
We would reduce our land use by 75%. Currently, we dedicate 83% of our agricultural land to raising animals and their food. So if we stop doing that, we could feed our population and then some on 1/3 to 1/4 of our current agricultural land. That's a 75% reduction. We could rewild that land. We could give it back to the animals. We could give it back to the stewards that were originally living there. Does that make sense? Vegan world would be much more sustainable. And we wouldn't be demanding someone be enslaved for our taste pleasures. And you wouldn't need to go pew-pew someone in the forest because they would have room to live. We can improve how we do our societies and crop farming, right? We can better work on strengthening the ecosystems by building up their natural habitats, protecting them, right? We could, if we really needed to interfere with other animals and their numbers, we could use birth control because at least then they're not being, their lives stolen from them.
Okay. I mean, that is a good argument, but most of the statistics that you provided, I
So the
would need to
study
see
I'm
sources
quoting
on.
is called Reducing Food's Environmental Impacts Through Producers and Consumers. And they actually
Who's the
came
publisher?
out doubling down on what they found. So you can go
Who's
look
the
that up.
publisher?
Sorry?
Who's the publisher?
Oh, I don't remember off the top of my head. You can look it up though. Reducing Food's
I
Environmental
don't.
Impacts Through, Reducing
If you're
Food's.
going to cite sources, you should know who your sources are.
So you're not going to go look it up because I don't know the person's name off the top of my head?
It's not. It doesn't have to be a person. It should be a reputable institution if
Right,
they're providing
it is.
statistics.
So go look it up.
Well, then you should be able to cite it if you're making the art like.
I don't care to argue with you about environment, okay? Let's say that it was worse for the environment, right? Let's say that using animals was actually better for the environment. It improved it, right? I would still advocate for veganism because there's a victim involved. So I don't care about this meta BS of, oh, this study, I don't like it, even though you haven't even looked at it yet. Go look it up. Go educate yourself. Hey, Johnny, are you over 18?
Yeah,
What year were you born?
2006.
All right. How do you morally justify your animal use?
So I just wanted to bring up the cows
Can
thing.
you
You
answer
say
my
that
question first?
I am answering your question.
I want you to tell me why you're morally allowed to abuse animals.
Okay, then hunting. If we don't hunt some of the population, like with deer, and then they grow too much, then they're gonna crash, and then there'll be even less of them than there would be normally with us hunting.
So how much
So,
land is dedicated to raising animals right now?
I don't know what the
Okay, I
exact
just
number
said
is.
it. 83% of our current agricultural land. That's like the US plus Brazil. All that land could be rewilded, given back to the nature, right? All the animals, they could spread out there. We can make better walls to keep animals out of our human places, right? We can improve crop farming so that animals stay out. We can
More of
block our
that land would
roads.
be used for crop farming. We would be taking
So
more land
again,
with
we're
only being
dedicating
vegans.
83% of our current agricultural land to raise animals and their food. They only give us 18% of our total global calories. That means you get the rest of it from plants, and we only need a quarter of our ag land to feed 10 billion people on just plants, a fully nutritious diet. So animal ag is actually the real cause to other animals being overpopulated because we're wiping out their predators and we're infringing on their land. We're encroaching on their ecosystems, right? Where are they supposed to go? If we reduce our land use, we don't have to worry about them entering our human places because they'll have room to live.
Okay, but I want to bring up cows. You said that they
Can
only
you at
produce
least
milk.
admit that, can you concede that a vegan world would be better than what we have right now?
Sure. I just want to bring up the cows. You said that they only produce milk when they're pregnant. Cows produce milk after their
They
pregnancy.
produce milk after giving birth. She must be pregnant to give birth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So after giving birth, she produces milk.
So then you brought up a false statement. You said they only produce when they're pregnant. That's exactly what you said.
It's not totally wrong. She produces after she gives birth. So she has a baby, and that baby is stolen so that you can drink breast fluid.
It's not stolen. Cows, if you look it up or look up any study or any type of thing, if we don't milk the cows, they're actually
Johnny.
in pain because they have too much milk. They have too
Hello.
much milk down there.
Hey, Johnny. You don't need to get her pregnant. Don't get her pregnant. She doesn't need to be milked. It's that simple. Get it? Don't make someone poke around her insides against her consent. Don't make her pregnant. She won't produce milk. And then she won't have any issues with her udders. It's really that easy. Do you get it? They only do that because you demand milk.
They still will get pregnant anyways. Cows
No, they
still
will
get pregnant.
not. So you don't understand. You need to go watch
Oh, so if
Dominion.
we don't impregnate the cows, they just never get pregnant, or all the
Yeah,
cows
they
gonna
won't.
die?
Yeah, they won't. They will not get pregnant.
So you would rather all cows just die, just go extinct?
I would rather that the cows that are here now be taken care of to have a full, rich life, and when they pass, that's it. They don't
So if we take
procreate.
care of them to have a full rich life, then we're taking up over, you said 83% of
Oh,
agriculture,
no.
and
So
like
what happens
50% of it
is,
is cows.
I'll
Then we're
explain.
just wasting that land.
Okay, hold on a second. You're not listening. So what happens is the animals are actually raised in cycles, right? It's over the whole year that we're raising 92.2 billion animals, right? But it's not 92.2 billion animals the whole year. They're getting slaughtered throughout the year. All right? So collectively over the year, 92.2 billion animals are brought into this world and had to be fed, right? In cycles. So the ones that are here now, before we procreate the next generation that'll be wiped out, just stop now. And that fraction will get smaller within a decade, because chickens only live to be 10 to 8 years old. So if we put all the animals in sanctuaries, after 8 to 10 years, it'd be a steep drop in the number of animals available. It wouldn't be that hard to take care of them. You can unmute yourself.
So you'd rather there be less of them alive, more of them dead?
Yes, because right now, for them to exist is torture, because they're literally handicapped. We've bred out many of their natural traits so that they're submissive and even dependent on us. That's not fair.
But
It's
they
not
don't.
fair to
They don't
keep
know
bringing
that.
someone into existence that has to rely on you. That's not fair.
They don't know that. If you were
That
born
doesn't
into that thing as a
matter.
cow, if
That
you were
doesn't
born into
matter
that
if
thing
they
as a
don't
cow, you
know.
don't know that's.
Johnny, they know that they don't want to be used. It doesn't matter what their body is. They don't want to be used. That's all that matters. And we're using the excuse that they're handicapped and depend on us as the reason that it's okay to exploit them. But children rely on their parents, and we find it immoral for a parent to exploit their child. Do you see that it doesn't make sense what you're doing to animals? Just because they're not aware doesn't mean it's not fair. So tell me this. What is the morally relevant difference between a child that maybe won't reach adulthood and an animal? And that makes it okay that I can use the animal, slit their throat, but I can't do that to the child. What is the morally relevant difference between those two?
Because it's a human. I feel like that's one of the main reasons. They're
Okay,
sentient.
so what is it
They
that
have a brain. They know what's going on. The
Okay,
animals don't know what's going on. We humanely kill them instantly, so they don't even
animals
know
are
until they're
sentient.
already dead.
Animals are sentient. They're aware more than you know. Cows, they can smell stress in other cows' urine. So you think when they go to the slaughterhouse, they don't know where they're at?
Cow.
Pigs are even smarter. Chickens, they can count when they're born. That's
That
pretty
doesn't mean that
intelligent.
they know. They can. Okay, maybe
So the
they can
point that
smell
I'm trying to
fear,
say
or they
is
can count
they're
when they're born.
aware.
Doesn't mean that they
The
know
point is
certain.
they're aware, and your argument is they don't know. And even if they didn't know, I'm telling you that's still not fair, as with my example with the child. And all you could say is that the child's human. And I was trying to get to you, why does it matter that the child is human? You said because they're sentient. And you'd be surprised to know animals are also sentient.
Animals are not sentient. Do you know
So
what
go
sentient means?
tell me what sentience means, Johnny.
Sentient means that they know themselves. They know what they are. They know what others are.
Go look it up.
The-
It means
If
the
you can think,
ability.
if
Sentience means the ability to experience subjective feelings like pain and joy. And it's an on-off switch. You either are sentient or you're not. There's no gradient scale. You're thinking of sapience. You're thinking of self-awareness. And many animals are self-aware. But all animals that we use, including humans, are sentient. That means we care what happens to us. This is everything to us. So what morally separates sentient animals from a sentient child that won't make it to adulthood? Why can I farm and slit the throat of animals, but not do that to this child or children like this child?
Because they're not sentient. It's not the same. I can't
Dude, I
bring up
can't argue with you if you're really going to just ignore science. That's ridiculous. Go look it up. Sentience is the ability to experience emotions. Animals are emotional. They feel. They care. They want to live. Everything that happens to them matters immensely to them. They are the center of their universe. It doesn't matter what they're aware of. If you were bonked on the back of the head, wouldn't you still want to be respected even though you're not really aware of everything around you? Or should we just violate you because you're not fully aware of everything? Like, that's so silly. Hey, Devin, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 20.
Okay. How do you morally justify your animal use?
Well, us hunting animals in turn keeps everything in check. Certain
Good God,
species
all you hunters, you
grow
sit
too
here
high.
I'm really confused. How come these hunters are sitting in the request, but you're not listening to the responses? I've already talked to
Okay.
2 hunters.
Okay, could I ask a question?
So, well, is your moral justification that I hunt? Because that's not a moral justification.
No, you didn't even let me finish. You
Well,
want to have a
because you didn't
conversation,
answer
but
my
you cut
question.
people off.
You have to answer my question, and then I'll answer
You
yours.
cut me off before I could.
I mean, if you can't answer it, you're too hurt. We can move on.
Nah, so you asked how I morally justify my animal use, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying, I morally justify my animal use by the fact that us hunting keeps certain species on the low. That if they overgrew a certain number cap, it would completely ruin other species.
If hunting really was the solution, wouldn't it have solved this problem by now? It just seems to be a constant issue.
Wait, so am I able to ask a question now? Because that's usually how a conversation works.
I guess, but I don't know if I have the patience for it.
How do you morally justify comparing animals to humans?
I'm not saying that we're exactly the same. I'm saying morally we matter because we both feel pain, we both want to avoid it, and we want to keep living.
You compared slaughtering a cow to slaughtering a baby.
I did.
You
What's the
morally
morally
believe
relevant
that's
difference?
correct?
What's the morally relevant difference?
One can talk, one can
No, a
grow up
baby
and
can't
actually
talk.
cause good in the world.
This baby can't talk.
Within a couple years it can. Can a cow
Not
do
this
that?
one. This one actually has deficiencies. I've bred these babies into existence so that they're low cognition. They're like similar to the cows.
So I don't understand how you morally think that that's right comparing those two things. You're talking about morals.
It's funny that
while
you can't tell me
comparing.
the morally relevant difference.
You cut me off every time I try.
What's the morally relevant difference?
Between a human and a cow?
Between the person I just described, the child that will never be an adult, that has a mental deficiency similar
So you
to the
think it's
cognition of a
morally
cow.
correct to
So you
breed
can't
a
answer
human?
my question. I mean, I'm going to move on if you're just going to have fake outrage. I have no time for you. Right? You're a dirt clod then. I'm looking for diamonds. Do you want to have a conversation or you just want to be an asshole?
Seems like you're the only one who can't conversate.
Conversate. I see we're talking with an intellect.
Hello?
Degree? I don't know what to call you.
That's fine.
Okay. Are you over 18?
Yeah, 20.
Okay. How do you morally justify your animal use?
I just feel like saying that right now is completely, flawed because you just cut.
Oh, if you can't answer my question, why are you coming up here? Right? If you can't answer it, just move on.
I mean, you're muting because you can't.
Okay. I want to talk to somebody who actually wants to have a conversation. I don't care to get meta about the conversation. If you don't like my question, scroll by. I don't understand. What's the big deal? Why do you have to correct my question? Right? If it's the wrong question, why are you here? Hey, James, are you over 18?
Yes, I am. 43.
Awesome. How do you morally justify your animal use?
Well, long story short, God put animals on the earth for us to eat.
Okay. Could I join your religion as a vegan?
Yeah, sure you can. You
Okay,
can do
so
whatever you want.
it's not
It's called free
required.
will.
So it's not required by your religion. It's not required by your religion to use animals. I have to go though, unfortunately. My partner is going into a meeting 49 minutes after I started. All right, you guys have a great day. Bye. Okay. Hello, I'm back. I'm only going to be up here another hour though. So how do you morally justify your animal use? I forgot who it was I was talking to last time. If they come back, I will bring them back up. But yeah, we'll see what happens. How do you morally justify your animal use? We've got Dominion and Dairy is Scary. You should definitely go watch those on YouTube. On the other side, nutritionfacts.org. If you're not sure how to get everything you need in a day, that will help you. Super simple whole food checklist. I am taking up guests, but you got to be over 18. I did have an abrupt ending just now, but I'm hoping to just be here for the next hour. So if you want to come up here, now's the time. Why aren't you vegan yet? What morally justifies demanding more animals be born into existence for you to use? Hey, white and gold Power Ranger.
Meat is good, eat me. Ah!
Oof, sound like you hurt yourself there. I'm talking about eating, what? Oh, pleasures, yeah, whatever your pleasure is. Some people get pleasure from watching animals. Some people get pleasure from wearing animals, their fur, their skins, right? Some people get just pleasure from eating them. So any of those are all pleasure. Using someone's body without their consent for your pleasure, no matter what the pleasure is immoral. So what morally justifies using animals? If you think that there's something we need from them, I would challenge you to find out what that is, because I have yet to find it. You can get everything you need on a plant-based diet. Depending on your morals. Do you think it's moral to lock a dog in a hot car because it's convenient? Is that moral? Am I a moral person in your eyes if I do that? I'm not talking hybrid animals, no. Right, exactly. It is obviously not fair. It's cruel to leave a dog in a hot car, even if it's my convenience. No, but it would be cool if we could be animorphs to actually experience what an animal goes through. Maybe people would actually respect animals then, because they'd realize they're more like us than we originally thought. Thank you. I am having a decent day. Oh, hey, Lori.
Hey, girl. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's okay. I had to restart my live anyway. My partner had to go on a call, so yeah, you're totally fine. And my first hour was terrible anyway, like just terrible.
I bet it was. You don't sound like.
Oh my gosh, I literally had 3 hunters in a row, and they were all waiting in the queue, right, the whole time before I brought them up. So they listened to every argument, still had the same excuses. Same excuses. I was like, wow, I have to literally say the same thing over and over again because they're not listening. They're just sitting in the queue.
Did you finally dump them off, or?
Oh, well, so I had to end my live, which, you know.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. But I didn't want to, but I had to. Yeah,
Right. No, I
I'm actually
understand.
okay that that I kind of shook them off. So we'll see if they come back.
Yeah, he has to do that sometimes, because they're acting like jerks or whatever. Or he only has like 4 people waiting. Sorry about that. Only has like 4 people waiting.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has to restart his lives too, just because of the assholes.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
They come in droves. It's like they know each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, exactly. I think they do.
Yeah.
Well, you did have somebody, but they dropped.
I saw that. Yeah, I
They
saw they were up
dropped.
there. I was gonna bring them up,
Yeah,
but yeah,
see,
like you
most of
said.
the people. Most of the people in here I've seen, but it's
Yeah.
just funny.
Yeah. Anybody want to come
I
up
don't
and
think you
talk?
have anybody.
Yeah, I don't see. No
What,
one's
meat
requesting
eater?
right now. Yeah.
A bunch of chicken shits.
That's right. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, I'll bring up Steven. Oh, actually, if you want to do it, that's fine. I didn't. I was just automatically doing it.
Oh,
Hello.
no, that's fine. You're up already.
Hey, Steven. Are you
How's it
over?
going?
It's going all right. Are you over
Yeah,
18?
I'm 24.
Okay, right on. How do you morally justify your animal use?
So not typically. I wouldn't go out and like buy the mass-produced food where they're in a slaughterhouse, contain their whole life. What I typically do is corn feed deer throughout the seasons. Wait till they get to a healthy age. They're getting old. Then you go and you hunt them. That feels more morally correct than going out and buying a deer that
What is old for a
has
deer?
been farm bred and fed. The deer that I go out and hunt are free roam. They go throughout the cities. They're able to roam around on land.
I'm
They're
just
not.
wondering how old are they when you say that they get old? How old is that?
They typically have gone through multiple sets of children.
Okay,
Doe.
so they were forced or whatever, or no? Okay, so like, what is the common age
No.
to
They're free
unalive
roam
them?
deer. That they
What's the
just roam on the lands.
I'm just curious as to what the age is that you think is old for a deer to unalive them. Like sometimes they'll unalive the cows at 5 years because they're spent and they can't, they can't do milk or carry another baby. So I'm just wondering what the age is for deers that you think when they're old. Because like people think cows are old at 7 or 8 when actually they can really live until they're 25 or older. So that's why I'm just wondering, like, at what age do you think they're old that you would go out and unalive them? Oh, he left. Okay.
I can't really tell when he leaves because his square was black. Like TikTok's not showing me their icon for some reason, so I couldn't tell that he left. Yeah, so I actually didn't know this, so I just looked it up. It says in captivity, deer can live to be 20 years old.
And they're killing it, or they're unaliving them a portion of their life.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if the reason why, it's so funny too. People keep saying this like silly excuse. Oh, wait till they're older. It's like you realize why farmers don't do that. First, it's so expensive. And second, because even the deer, right? You're going to have to keep giving them corn till they get to 20. That's a long time to wait.
Yeah.
So it's expensive. And not only that, they get gamey. Their flavor changes as they age. So they usually like them younger because they have a better flavor.
I don't know. I've never eaten a deer and wouldn't do it.
Oh, it's all animals. All animals, as they get older, tend to get more gamey. Their flavor that humans enjoy is not as much when they're older. They're also more tough. That's why dairy cows are not used for prime cuts of meat. They're used for cheap burgers and pet food. So, yep.
Yeah.
But as far as him and his deer, like let's say that he was waiting till they were 20, still immoral to take someone out, that wanted to live. Yeah. But we didn't get there. He didn't let us.
Yeah, he dumped.
He did.
I mean, I was sincerely not trying to catch him in anything. I just didn't know what they figure as to be old.
Yeah, I was genuinely curious too what he thought. I thought that was a great question.
Yeah, I figured I'd look it up too. Yeah, if he did
Yeah.
tell me I was gonna look it up too, but he dropped. I
Yeah.
don't even know if he's still in the.
I don't know either.
We had two others, but for some reason they didn't relate either.
That's okay. I'll throw
The
someone out.
first
See.
two.
I was gonna grab.
Oh, well, that was one of them.
Oh, that's an okay one or a child?
Yes, no, he's okay.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Hey, I'm Graybeard. Are you over 18?
I am almost 50, so
Right on.
yes.
Right on. I prefer to talk to
Okay.
adults. So, how do you morally justify your animal use?
Okay, so I morally justify it the same way I justify my use of brassicas.
I don't.
Do you
Okay,
know what a
what's that?
brassica is?
I don't.
Okay, that is the class of vegetable that includes
Oh, yes, like broccoli and cauliflower.
and asparagus and cabbages and yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
plants
it
are
has
not
been
sentient.
plants that are eaten by the deer that your previous idiot was talking about. And I don't say that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. But
I understand the sentiment.
yeah, when a deer or a rabbit begins to eat a brassica, and mainly it's cabbage and Brussels sprouts and things like that, that plant will actually put a chemical out into the air
Yeah.
that makes all of the other plants sort of taste bitter so they don't get eaten. So my question is, how do you know that those types of plants aren't sentient?
Yeah.
And how do you justify eating anything other than a legume or a nut or a fruit that falls off a tree that it's shedding? In
Yeah.
other words, why would you harm a plant if you wouldn't harm an animal?
Sure. So there's actually a scientific article on this that went over the last 50 years of plant sentience studies. And they found the studies that claim that plants have some kind of possible sentience are not reliably repeated, whereas the studies that explain them as just bumping into other, having chemical reactions and just responding to that, that is repeatable. So so that shows that plants are not conscious. They also don't have a brain or central nervous systems, which are the organs required to express sentience.
Well, but the fact is that mushrooms actually do.
They don't.
And that has been proven through scientific
It has
studies.
not, actually. It has not.
And
Mushrooms
I
are
would
not
disagree.
sentient. Okay,
No,
let me
I would
steelman you.
disagree
Let me
with you
let
on
me
that.
steelman you. Let's say that you're right.
Sure.
Let's say that these plants are sentient, including fungi. Okay.
Yep.
Who eats more plants? Animals or humans?
Humans do because we're the biggest landmass on the planet other
Be
than
surprised.
mushrooms. Probably.
83% of our current agricultural land is dedicated to raising animals and their food. Most of our crops are being fed to them.
Yes,
so if
no,
you're
I
worried,
understand that completely.
So if you're worried about plant sentience, it takes way more plants to make an animal than if you were to just eat the plants directly. So if you care about plant sentience, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but you should eat the plants directly so you don't breed more sentient plants into existence to be fed to animals that are ultimately also have their life stolen.
Okay, so I come at this from a very different place. All right. And I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with you. I'm trying to have a really interesting conversation because you popped up on my feed and I think you're extraordinarily intelligent. So
Okay, I don't care what you think of me. I'm really just here for the animals. I could be a big dum-dum. I just want to inspire you to go look into this.
I have, because I have also worked in the culinary industry for the past 2 decades.
Okay.
And so there are in my mind, and the way that I view it is that because human beings are omnivores, there are good and bad ways to raise both animals and plants that we have to consume to live.
I don't care how we raise plants. I don't care about that. I care about sentient beings and their inherent rights. It goes sentient beings, inherent rights, and then environmental stuff.
I understand the environmental part of it, definitely.
Okay, so I'm focused on inherent rights of sentient beings.
Okay, and it is. Oh, so can I ask you? And this is an honest question. I'm very curious about this. My sister is a vegan. She's been an ethical vegan for a long time. My father follows that dietary tract as well. I have no disrespect for it. Okay.
Well, again, I don't
If
care what you think of me or your sister. It's about the
no,
animals. Okay, go ahead, answer your
no,
question or
no,
ask your question.
yeah, I'm getting to the point. If tomorrow the entire world became vegan, how would you deal with the billions of cattle that are on the planet?
Yeah, so there's two parts to this. One is that won't happen, unfortunately. And two, well, I should say there's three parts of this. Two, this should not have any effect on your choices because even though you can't eliminate all racism, I'm sure you still try to not be racist, right? So don't appeal to futility for you to do the right thing. The third thing is
That's not what I'm doing. I'm
that's fine. I'll
I'm,
answer your question. I promise
okay.
I will. So the third
Okay.
thing, let's say it does happen. Let's say the world goes vegan overnight, right? That means
Yep.
everyone has the mindset that they don't want to demand animals be exploited for them. They care that
Correct.
animals are having a subjective experience. So as a group of people, we would come together to figure out that solution, right? What should we do with the animals that are here now? Right now, we use a lot of our tax dollars to subsidize the cost of animal agriculture. So what we could do is use that money instead to just care for the ones that are here now and no longer procreate them. And in about 20 years, no more domesticated animals. There's no suffering in non-existence.
Okay, so when you say and I'm sorry, are you only talking about animals that we eat? Because like
Use.
goats are the goats are the most eaten meat on the planet, right?
Actually, chickens and fish are.
Well, I think
Chickens
there's
and
different
fish
studies for
by
that. But
far. Chickens alone, billions of chickens a year. Billions.
I was talking by weight, not by volume.
Chickens still, and fish. We weigh fish. We don't even count the fish. We weigh them by the ton.
Yeah.
Trillions of fish. Trillions.
And I would agree with you that we were completely overfishing the 75% of our planet that is covered in water.
Right.
I
Well, what
don't
was your
disagree
point?
with that.
You were going on something about goats. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, the reason I said that is because there are going to always be people who are going to. I'm not
This is an
sure
appeal to
that I have
futility
heard.
again.
Wait, let me finish, please. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. But there are going to be people in certain parts of the world that are going to be forced to eat these things
What about
because
you?
we are not going to be able to provide them with the protein and nutritional things they need that come from
Okay,
things
Graybeard,
like
please
goats and
stop.
chickens.
Please stop. You're yapping now. I'm aware that there are people in fringe cases. I'm not talking to them, I'm talking to you. If they come up on my live, I'll absolutely address their situation, but you can't speak from their situation. So what you're doing is you're using vulnerable people to deflect from your own responsibilities, and that's kind of gross. So I'd rather talk to you and your experiences and your background and what you're going through. Why aren't you vegan? Why are you still using animals? Not other people, you. Why are you still using animals? You can unmute yourself, it's right there. Let me know if TikTok isn't letting you unmute because sometimes it does do that. Okay.
So
why are you? Just you.
Due to cost, period.
Okay,
For
so
myself,
it's just cost?
I'm a working poor. No, wait, please. I'm a working.
I don't have to
poor
wait. It's
person.
my live. I understand
Okay,
that you want to
I know
see.
it
But
is.
listen,
I was
I'm
asking
Gray.
you.
I want you to understand. I know where you're coming from. You don't need to give me long, drawn-out answers. Okay? You just said cost. Let's go from there. You'd be surprised that a whole food, plant-based diet is actually cheaper than the common omnivore diets. It's about, I think it's like 16 to 30% cheaper. So you can save money and it's healthier because it's whole foods. If cost is what's holding you back from being vegan, this should be your solution. You should be jumping for joy right now. I just figured out your problem. I figured it out. So why are you still using animals? It's right there still. All right. I'll give you 2 more seconds to figure out the mute button. Okay. I understand that some people can't handle that I'm going to mute them, but it's my live. So you don't like it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You come up if you're under the age of 18. Don't come up.
Yeah, please
be
don't.
blocked. If you're a child, don't come up or request. You have to be 18. And if you come up with hate speech, you will be banned and reported.
100%. Thank you, Lori.
Yep.
Hey, Jay Vanessa.
That's me.
Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 25.
Right on. How do you morally justify your animal use?
Okay, honestly,
I'd prefer that.
let me make sure I say it in the smartest way or I could possibly.
I mean, just say it however you'd say it. There's no.
It's basically
needing to be
like how I
smart.
feel about like eating like animals, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do
I
you
mean-
morally justify in your head that this is okay?
Okay, how do I morally justify it? It's just really because I feel like since we eat the farm animals that's commonly like, reproduced and stuff like that, I don't like personally think like, okay, cool, killing a cow is all right, but I'm not against, eating a hamburger
Mm-hmm.
or, chicken and all that good stuff, Like, of course, it's a feeling in me like, all right, we killing something else and we eating it, but in that moment, I'm not really thinking of it,
Right. Yeah.
And how I kind of see it, or how I would say would make me kind of justify it is, how science tell us like how we're all, animals, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're all animals, right? So
We are.
I don't know if you look at like the animal documentaries, like you see like a leopard hunting down a wildebeest or something like that.
Yeah.
According to science, of course, we're smarter than those animals, but those are some animals that are smarter than us, and they still eat other animals.
Well.
Do you get what I'm trying to go from?
Yeah. No.
where I'm going?
I
It's
actually like. Go ahead, Lori.
Choice. I was just going to say they don't have a choice. They're in a survival state, so they don't have a choice. They don't have supermarkets like we do and choices like we do.
Okay.
So, but I'm not exactly sure where your questioning is going or what it is that you want to know.
So basically, what I'm saying is, all right, cool. Just because the humans are the superior, animals of this place, right? Of course, we can do all the stuff that they can't do, but we're still considered animals. We still do the same things. We probably use different tools and how we get them, right? The leopard goes out and hunt, it kills another animal. The cycle goes on. You put a chicken out in the wild, the chicken is going to get hunted, it's going to get killed. I mean, honestly, if you're making it seem like anything that's living, like you shouldn't kill it. If you put it like that, like, oh, they have a brain, so they know if they're getting killed or not compared to a plant. You know what I'm saying? Like if a plant is living, it can grow, it can, thrive just like everything else. Like it's considered, just because it don't have a brain or organs like a regular animal would.
So it's not about being alive. It's about sentience. And you have to have a brain or some kind of centralized nervous system in order to experience what you're going through. Plants are just patterns of things bumping around and they react to stimuli. That's it. If they're not able to keep doing their pattern in their environment, they just stop, right? There's no evolutionary benefit for them to suffer. That's why they don't move, right? They've evolved to not have to move and thrive even if they're being eaten or attacked or stomped on or whatever, right? They don't prefer. They just react. Animals, which we have evidence for, are sentient. They show emotions. They show preferences. And if we don't need to use them, why are we putting an emotional being through a system that we don't even put our worst humans through?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is, since they don't have like a brain and they're not functionally thinking, it's okay, for us to consume it.
Yeah.
So
Like,
that life doesn't matter.
it's not that it doesn't matter, it's just that it doesn't suffer. And if I have to eat
Okay.
something, I'd rather eat something that doesn't suffer.
Right.
Or wants,
Okay.
or like has this want to live so much so that they'll run from the knife.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about like those people well, those people they be saying like, I don't know, like those like mentally like challenged people, right? You know how like some of them be like super like disabled to the point to where
They
you
need
would think
care.
that it's nobody physically in there. So what do you think about that? Do you think they don't suffer or anything
Oh,
because
no, of course it's not necessarily about someone actually suffering. It's that they have the capacity to, right? All that means is that they're just having a subjective experience and they're making preferences. All sentient beings do this. They prefer to be comfortable and they prefer to avoid harm. That's all sentient beings.
Thank you for answering my questions, and I
Yeah.
respect decisions that y'all
Well,
use.
so I don't want you to respect me. I don't care if you like me or not. It's the animals, right? Like when you look at an animal and you lock eyes with them, do you see them as like a living hot dog, or do you see that they have a personality, that there's someone in there living?
Yeah.
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 So when we're
Yeah.
at the store, it's really easy to forget that because you don't see their face, right? You don't have that interaction. You just see the pretty package that's wrapped in cellophane, or the jug of milk, or the carton of eggs. You don't see what happened before that. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you, like, if you're going to continue to demand those things, you should know what it is. And Dominion just shows you those standard practices, including those high welfares where it's cage free, grass fed, humanely raised, small local slaughterhouses, small local farms, right? You should know what all those labels mean and what's tolerated under those, because when you give them your money, you're literally demanding it. You're saying, I like this, I like how you made it, and I like the price, keep making more. So the only way for us to tell those places to not make those products anymore is to remove our demand from them. Is to put our demand somewhere else. If you demand plant-based products or any alternative, they're going to make more of those. And when you remove your demand from demanding oppression, they decrease how many individuals they breed into existence. So you actually have a very powerful ability with your dollar to save 100 to 300 animals a year. That's huge. Imagine if you went and saved like 10 dogs from the meat industry, the dog meat industry, right? You'd be called a hero. You can do 10 times that just easily going vegan, just moving your hand in the grocery store.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And one last question. Shoot, I just.
Well, I just want to know, how many more animals do you want exploited for you? I'll answer your question if you think of it, but
Okay.
I just want to know how many more do you want exploited?
How many do I want exploited?
Yeah, how many would you prefer be exploited for you from now on? Is it more than 0?
So if you're saying like if I had a choice, like okay, cool. If I had one choice with one animal,
You do have a
and then
choice.
everything else is off limits.
You have a choice right
so
now.
Was it 1? Did you say you would prefer
I
to
mean, I could
exploit
go.
one more?
I could go. Yeah, I could go with chicken. Like and be done with everything else.
So what if you were the chicken? What would you want?
I mean, hey, as long as I don't suffer, they. I'm pretty sure they don't let the chicken suffer.
So there were people that enslaved other people, right? And some of them did give their enslaved peoples good lives, comfortable lives, I should say. They made them very comfortable. They gave them allowances so they could go spend money, but they were still slaves. Was that fair to them?
No.
Right. Because they didn't have their freedom. They were still objectified, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that chicken is the same way. Like, what morally separates us from the chicken?
I feel like what morally separates us is everything. Like, obviously, like, if you can compare us to any other species on
Yeah.
Earth or any other animal,
Sure.
we are by far the dominant apex predator on top of every food chain.
We are definitely dominating, but what morally justifies what we do to them? Just because we can, so might makes right, is correct, is moral?
I mean, it's just resources. If you look at the animals, right, they're resources. You know, sad to say,
So
like,
let's say an alien came down. Well, first let me clarify. Do you understand that animals are sentient?
yep.
Okay, so you know that they have a want to live, to be left alone.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, just like
yeah.
you. Okay, so
Yep,
imagine
yep.
aliens come down. They don't need to do anything. They don't need to use us, but they get
Okay.
joy out of it. They like the way we taste, and they get entertainment out of it. Do you think it's
Okay.
fair for them to come down and hunt us just because we're dumber than them?
I mean, no, I don't think
Right.
so.
Exactly.
You know,
What if they said, I just want to unalive one person. It's going to be Jay, and then I'm done. Do you think that's fair to you?
no, but
Exactly.
when you're the apex predator, it doesn't
They're the
really
apex
matter.
predator.
You see, when they're the apex predator, they can do whatever the hell they want. You know,
So
they
it's
can come
moral?
here, they can come take you, and they can come take you and then give it back. It don't matter. You
I'm
know.
not talking about what someone would do. I'm saying I'm asking your morality framework. Do you think it's right? Like, if they were coming at you, are you going to try to stop them? Or are you just going to be
Of
like, oh,
course.
they're an apex predator? Exactly. See, you should defend
Of
yourself.
course, I would stop
Exactly.
them.
Yeah.
Now, whether would
No,
I
but
do
wait.
it or be successful?
So that doesn't matter. The point is, you would prefer to be left alone. You would prefer that they recognize you are a sentient being that can suffer, and you don't want to suffer. You don't want to lose your life, even if it's not painless, right? You
Yeah.
still want to live. They should leave you alone. So right now, you are the oppressor, and the animal is the victim. Why are you not giving them the same mercy that you would be begging for?
Yeah, true
Yeah.
that. And you can't go against what you're saying. Obviously,
Well,
yeah,
so
it's 2 points.
yeah, I want you to think, do you have a companion animal, like a dog or a cat?
I got a guinea pig.
Little guinea pig? What's their name?
Yeah, it's a boy. It's Roland. His name Roland.
Roland. Oh, that's a good name. I like that. Oh, for a guinea pig, that's perfect, actually. Does
Yeah.
Roland have, like, would you say Roland is unique? Or is he like all guinea pigs?
Yeah, I would say he's unique. You know,
Yeah. Would you tolerate if someone wanted to eat Roland?
would I tolerate somebody coming to eat Roland?
Yeah.
No, of course not. You can't eat my guinea pig.
Yeah. Because Roland.
But I mean, there's people in other countries that eat that regularly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know, but I just want to know
So-
your morality, just what you think.
Like,
I know
you
there's
know,
other
like-
people that think different things.
If I seen a cow right now, you think I'm obviously saying, "Oh, there go a hamburger"? No, of course I see it. You know, I'm a regular human being. You know, I care just like a polar bear would. She cares for her young, right? But she's finna go over there, go kill that seal, and bring food back for her family.
Right, but she's
So-
not. So, what you're touching on is that you and we're what we call moral agents. We have this ability to weigh out what's right and wrong, and we understand that morality has complexity to it, right? We understand there's a lot of gravity to some things, right? There's some things that are really deep and need a lot of thought process. And we luckily were given the time and the space to practice morality. You know, when we're kids aren't necessarily moral, they're bumping into boundaries, right? We have to learn how to be moral. Animals don't necessarily have that luxury. Some of them do show natural tendencies to have empathy for others, but they
Yeah,
don't
because I was just about to say that.
Yeah. But that doesn't
I
mean
just
they
seen, like,
fully
some
understand
monkeys.
morality, right? They're just trying to survive day to day. They don't really have an option. Whereas we do, you know, we go to a grocery store. We can see that one of the things that we could buy will hurt someone and demand they lose everything, their family, their body. And we can see another thing where it only requires we do that to a plant that doesn't have preferences.
Okay.
So which would be preferable, right? To steal from someone who's sentient or to steal from a thing that doesn't have preferences?
Hey, you hit it right on the nail. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's honestly, in my opinion, I don't think it's a right or wrong. Like, it's just what you believe in
It's
and
not
what you
about
fight
belief.
for.
These
So,
animals, it's scientifically proven that they are sentient. There's the Cambridge Declaration of Consciousness and the New York
yeah.
Declaration of Consciousness, and they go over a ton of studies that look at their not only their anatomy but also their behaviors. So we know that they experience emotions. We know that they're maternal. We know that they look forward to things, that they have joys. And if that's the case, like we have humans that are lower cognition than the animals we use. And we still respect those humans because we know that they're having a subjective experience. And if we were
Right.
them, if we were the ones that weren't sapient anymore, we would still want to be respected, right? Even if we're not aware of what's happening to us. Like someone in a coma shouldn't be raped, right? Just because they're not aware of their exploitation. That's still immoral. There's someone there that is living inside that body, and no one has rights on your autonomy while you're living inside that body.
Okay.
So, yeah, animals are much the same. They just want to be respected and live their own purpose. And you can avoid demanding their oppression by living vegan.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop eating red meat. I don't know about chicken, but I'm gonna stop
Well,
eating red meat
so
though, for
watch
sure.
Dominion. Watch Dominion first. If you can, maybe promise me that you'll go plant-based until you finish watching Dominion, because you don't really know what it is you're demanding, right? You don't know what
Okay.
those chickens have to endure yet. So before you continue to demand that process, maybe find out what it is that's tolerated under those labels and decide then if you really feel okay with giving those people your money and support.
Hey,
Willing to do that?
yeah.
Awesome. I
I'll
really
make
appreciate
that
you.
promise to you. I
Thank
go
you.
get some plant-based chicken nuggets or something like
Hell
that.
Yeah,
yes.
do
Let's
it.
do
Right
it.
on.
And
So
then
that's not real chicken meat.
No.
it can be made out of any plant. It could be made out of
You
soy. It
can
could be made out of gluten.
you get
Look,
tofu. You can make it
I
taste.
might. Okay, I might go vegan. I might go vegan.
Yes. Hey, you know what? Watch Dominion and come back and talk to us. It's a 2-hour film, so I
I
may
think
not
I
be
already
live,
seen
but
it. Is it about the cows and stuff?
it's about
Well,
all
it's a
animals.
standard.
Go ahead,
It's a
Lori.
standard
Oh,
for all
okay.
animals and what they do to them. Standard from here to Europe.
I was about to say I'm finna go eat some turkey bacon, but I
You
forgot
might
that's a
wanna.
lot. That was an animal.
And you
My
can
bad.
get vegan turkey bacon. You can get.
That's what I said. I said I was finna go eat some turkey bacon, but I forgot that was an animal too.
Yeah, but you can get turkey bacon. It tastes just as good.
It's
All
vegan.
right,
A
vegan
vegan
bacon,
turkey. Yeah.
ladies,
Vegan
for
bacon,
sure.
vegan turkey
Vegan
bacon,
bacon for sure.
vegan sausages, vegan patties. They have everything.
I
Yeah.
had ate I think I ate some nacho fries and it had like cut up mushrooms in it, and I was eating it and I didn't know that was cut up mushrooms, and I was thinking that was like meat the whole time.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Oh
you
yeah.
can't tell, especially if it's
I
a good chef.
I think I was eating like some jackfruit too. Okay, I
Yeah,
might, you do got a good, substitutions out there for the meat.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It's all about the mind, you know what I'm saying?
I was
So,
going to say it's about your motivation. Like, do you want to
motivation.
avoid harming animals and demanding they be exploited, or are you just worried about yourself? If you think about the victim, the motivation's there, right? I'm gonna remove
yeah.
any way that I'm affecting them if I can.
Yeah,
That's all it
that's
is.
right. There's a victim
Hey,
involved, so that's what you got to remember.
just know
There.
y'all enlightened me today. I will try to do better, what they said, one step at a time, try to get
Yeah,
better.
exactly.
Because,
That's why
I can tell all that killing the animals, it's not really good for us to eat it like that. But,
Not good for
Well,
them
eating
either.
animals isn't good anyway because they can cause many diseases, especially cancer,
for
especially
sure.
yeah. So you got to think about that too. And if you
Yeah.
go vegan, you get 13 to 20 more years for it too.
Shit, I need that.
As long as you eat healthy, which if you
As long as you
want
eat
to
healthy,
know
yeah.
a good place to start, Vegan Daily Dozen is just an easy checklist. Make sure you get all your needed
Yeah.
nutrition in a day. Super simple.
But definitely go watch those and come back and tell us what you think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look. This is what I'm gonna do.
Did you give
I'm
him
gonna do
easy?
3 months vegan. I'm gonna do
Did
three
you give him
months
the
vegan.
easy
Watch
vegan
this.
thing? Did you get or vegan easy? Did you give him that one?
Oh, I didn't
Vegan
put it
easy?
on my screen.
Oh,
Yeah,
you gotta put it on your screen.
check out veganeasy.org. They have like a good support network if you want to like be around other people that are in a similar situation, like they're trying to figure out veganism. It's new to them, and you have support of mentors, and there might be some nutritionists in there as well. It's a really good resource.
They have the same
Okay.
thing at
What was it called again?
It's called veganeasy.org. Yeah, and it's
Veganeasy.org.
If you
right.
look
It's
at
a
the
30
chat,
day,
Felicia
30
wrote it in
days
there.
free, and they have all kinds of stuff. They
Yeah, I
have
got a
all kinds of
referral
stuff.
code.
Say
But
again?
you'll get all that when you start. They'll probably put you in a group just like they do. But you can look at it first and see all the stuff on there they offer for free for 30 days. Because that's what they
Man,
say.
for
It takes
sure,
about 30
man.
days to go vegan. Yeah.
For sure, man. Save the animals, man. I'm for the animals. Let's do it.
Good job.
Let's do
Awesome.
it.
You're an awesome
Appreciate
person.
the talk, ladies.
Hell yeah. Thank you for coming up here, Jay. You're amazing.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
tell us what happens.
Yeah,
Let
please
us
come
know.
back and talk
For
to
sure.
us.
When I see
her.
you, I'm gonna follow you. When I see y'all
follow
chat
her.
again,
She's great.
I'll let you know how it's going, like my journey and
Right
everything. I'm
on.
starting today.
Yes.
Starting today.
Yes.
So I can't eat
Right
an omelet,
on.
right? I can't eat an omelet. I
Right.
can't eat an omelet.
So, do you know what happens to chickens? Do you want to know real fast?
Oh, okay. You don't even have to give me the spiel. I'm not even gonna eat the omelet.
Yeah.
You can get vegan eggs.
Yes. There are vegan eggs, but once you watch Dominion, you'll know exactly what goes on behind dairy, eggs, and flesh, all of it.
It's on Netflix, ain't it?
It's on YouTube for free. I don't know if it's on Netflix
Okay.
as well, but it's on YouTube, and then I think it's also on like don'twatch.org and what's another one? Dominionmovement.com. But if you just look it up on YouTube, you'll find it real fast. It's free.
For sure. I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna let y'all know how it went.
Yes.
Appreciate it for talking
Thank
with
you
you.
so much for being a brave person to come up here, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have a good day, Jay.
Yes, come back and tell us what happened.
Bye.
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 Wow. I love honest people.
Yeah, that just like brings your spirit up a
Yeah.
little bit when
It gives me
hear it.
faith.
Yeah,
you know?
hopefully he will watch it and come back and tell you what he thinks.
Yeah,
I'd be
exactly.
curious. Like if he can take the whole thing in one sitting.
Yeah. I actually made myself watch it a couple of times because like the first time was so shocking, and heartbreaking, and that affected me for a while. But then because it hurt so much, I kind of would try to bury it. So I watched it again and I was like, yeah, no, what is happening? Why are we doing this? And it's just the standard practices. These are legal practices.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People, 6 people, and
Yeah.
I don't know who's been waiting.
Oh, I don't know either. Honestly, it looks like it's gotten
Oh,
mixed
man,
up
well.
again because everyone's in a different order.
Okay. Yeah, it changes orders. Whichever one you want to bring up, I checked them, but I'll keep my finger on.
I'll just
on
bring
the
up.
button.
I'll bring up someone. Manuel. Hey,
All right,
are you over
ladies.
18?
I'm 29, not 18. Yeah,
Oh, I
I'm
appreciate it.
29.
I am going to turn your camera off. I appreciate that you're not. Oh, maybe you were about to show us something. I don't want to
No,
see your. Oh, okay. It looked like you were about to show us your food. I don't care to do that. I don't know. It looked like he was turning towards a plate or maybe some animals.
Yo, hello. So
Hey.
I'm 18.
Okay.
And I have a question for you. Do you value other animal lives above others?
If you answer my question, I'll answer yours. I have an answer for your question.
Okay. I believe eating meat actually saves more animal lives than just eating strictly
That fucker was scratching
vegetarian
on
and
here.
fruit.
Lori?
bed?
Oh,
This is
sorry.
due-
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I realize now. Lori forgot to mute herself. Go ahead, Apulti. Please go again. Oh, you're fine, Lori.
Okay. Well, I believe eating meat actually saves, it doesn't kill as many animals as eating just plants or fruits.
I'll let you ask your question, and then I'll answer both. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you hold other animal lives above others?
Morally speaking, no. I think that we all morally matter the same as far as being exploited. And
Okay.
as far as your comment about more animals being unalived for like a plant-based diet versus using animals, are you talking about like the crop deaths, the animals that pass away in plant production?
Oh, are you aware that 70% of fruits have proven that have pesticides on them, and
Oh, okay, so it's about the
60% of
bugs?
vegetables have pesticides?
Is it about the bugs?
Yes.
Okay,
You
so
end up killing more
listen
bugs.
to this. This is crazy. I actually didn't know this, but apparently the crops that are used to feed animals have they use more pesticides on those. Like there's excess pesticides put on animal crops.
But that's
So
still more animals
who
killed, right?
eats more plants, the animals or us?
Which one are grown more, plants or animals?
Who eats most of the
There's
plants? Who
there's
eats most of the
what?
plants that we grow? Like why are we growing all these plants?
But we're growing them, right?
For
And
the
if
animals.
let's say we
We're
but let's say
growing
we
them
don't grow them,
for the
right?
animals. We're growing them for the animals.
But let's say we don't grow them, right?
Yeah, we would save 75% of our current agricultural land and still be able to feed 10 billion
Do you know
people.
do you know how many jobs would be put out if we don't keep this
We would
up?
just do other jobs. It's unnecessary. Just like slavery
jobs?
had jobs too. Slavery provided, it was like half of the economy. But that doesn't matter. Those people were losing their freedoms, and that mattered more than any benefit you get from enslaving someone. The animals are the
Are you
same.
aware
They
of the
care what
job
happens to
shortages?
them. What?
Are you aware of the job shortages across America?
I don't care about job shortages. I'm here to talk about the animals. I don't care if a farmer loses their job. Most farmers, in fact, are really tired of being farmers because they themselves are being exploited by large corporations because of your demand. So I don't think you even care about the farmers, right? The farmers don't want to even grow the way these corporations are doing it, but you're still supporting those corporations. So I don't think you actually care about farmers. And if you did, you would find that there are programs currently in place that can help animal-based farmers transition to something else, using their land for whatever else they want, plant-based growing or agro-tourism, whatever, but no longer animals. There's Viva, there's Transfarmation, and there's Rowdy Girl Sanctuary with the Ranchers Advocacy Program. So if you're a farmer, you can check out those resources. But if you're not a farmer, I still don't understand why you are using animals. Why are you allowed to use animals?
Why am I allowed to use animals? Okay.
Yeah, why do you allow yourself, not an authority figure? Why do you think it's moral to demand animals be oppressed?
Oppressed is a very strong word for what this is.
Do you know what oppression means?
What's your definition of oppressed?
It means to
Define
use someone, it's prolonged cruel treatment.
Are you aware that not all, like, food places use cruel treatment, like open fed,
Stealing
open
someone's
field?
freedom, no matter how comfy you make them, is still immoral.
All right, how do you feel about trees? Are you aware that trees grow, learn, communicate with each
Trees
other?
do grow, they're alive, but they are not sentient.
Like plants in general.
They
Sentient.
don't,
So
they are not
if
sentient. They are not
what's your
sentient.
definition of sentient then?
The ability to experience subjective emotions.
Emotions.
Yeah.
So you're based off sentiment on emotions.
No, I'm basing it off the definition of sentience. The definition of sentience is the ability to experience subjective emotions like pain, joy, suffering. Those are examples of being sentient.
Pain, joy. What about intelligence?
What about it?
Like, how do you
Are
feel
all
about
humans equally intelligent?
No, but do we still have some
Right.
form of
Do
intelligence?
we respect those
But
that
do we have
have
form of intelligence?
So you don't recognize that there are people that are not sapient but sentient?
No, of course.
Okay.
But
Why
what
do we
makes
respect
something
those people?
Why we respect those people? So you're saying not all human beings are sentiment.
All humans are sentient. Not all
But
humans
you
are
use people.
Not all humans are sapient, which means intelligent, thinking about thoughts. Some humans literally just make preferences. They're just alive. They're just sentient. We still respect those individuals. Why? Or at least we find it immoral for others to exploit them, right?
But based off that argument, wouldn't it be wrong to exploit trees and plants?
No, because they're not sentient.
All plants are sentient.
No plants are sentient.
I was just reading what you said. Well, all right, bro, Chacha. It was good talking.
No plants are sentient. There's a scientific article on this, in fact. It's called Debunking a Myth, Plant Consciousness. Goes over the last 50 years of studies that looked at plant sentience, and they found that all the studies that go, oh, plants might have some kind of sentience, like the talking to them or playing music or whatever, those are not reliably repeated, okay? The studies that show that all of those are just reactions to stimuli are repeatable, are falsifiable. Those are the studies that prove plants are not sentient. They're just responding to stimuli. But let's say they were sentient, right? Let's say that plants do have emotions. Do you think it's fair then that we breed more of these sentient plants that then care about their existence just to be fed to the animals that you're then going to unalive?
But if they're not fed to the animals, then they would be fed to us because we'll be eating more plants, wouldn't we not?
They're
No.
still
We all
fed
cut
to
off
us.
meat.
No,
if
but we
all
wouldn't.
stop eating
No,
meat, right?
I know it sounds counterintuitive, but if you eat the plants directly, we actually breed fewer plants into existence. So there's something called what is it called? It's a pyramid that shows. Everyone usually refers to the food chain, right? They talk about how there's the plants, there's the herbivores, and then the carnivores, right? So when you go up that, yeah, that pyramid. So when you go up that pyramid, each step, you're losing 90% of the energy that was put into that lower level. So the animal that's eating the plants, when you eat that animal, you're only getting 10% of what went into to raising that animal. Animals are highly inefficient to use for resources. It's better if we just use the plants directly.
You're talking about the tropic system,
Tropic
right?
pyramid, thank you. Yes, the tropic pyramid shows the transfer of energy in
Ben
an
said it too.
ecosystem. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. I couldn't remember the word.
Thank you, Lori. Oh, yeah, Ben, thank you. Both of you, thank you. So, knowing that it's inefficient to use animals and that we can get everything from plants, what morally justifies from here on out using animals for your pleasure?
Well, but you have to think, meat fills a lot more people up, though. Can you agree on that point? That
No.
meat will fill you up faster.
No. Plants definitely fill you up more.
They fill you up more?
Yes. For sure.
So how much corn do you think it would take to fill you up compared
I
to a
don't eat
steak?
corn. I don't eat a ton of corn. I eat a variety of things. Do you eat
What's
just
your
one
choice
animal?
of
Do you
choice?
do you just
No,
eat one
that
thing
was
all
an
the time?
example.
I know
That
you
was an
picked
example.
like
What's
the
your-
weirdest thing though, like corn.
I like corn. I like corn a lot.
Okay,
That's
well you
why.
can eat
It's my
corn,
favorite.
but I wouldn't
So
necessarily.
what's yours? What's your favorite?
I eat beans every day, but I don't necessarily. You don't need to eat beans every day. You could eat other things. There's vegan meats. There's I don't know. You can make your own out of seitan. There's tofu, tempeh. There's now tofus made out of other seeds and nuts. You don't have to eat soy. There's so many different options. Bread even has a ton of protein. You could take a protein powder, a vegan protein powder. I don't care what you do, as long as you're not using animals, right? The animals care what happens to them. They just don't want to be used.
All right, bro, Chacho. It was good talking to you.
Well, can I leave you with something? Like, if you're really unsure, go check out the Dailey Dozen or nutritionfacts.org, because they actually have great videos. They're not terribly long, and they just break down studies, and they talk about what makes something healthy, right? Like, why are we calling something healthy? What does that mean? And a lot of people don't know. Like, are you looking for longevity? Are you looking for high quality of life in that longevity? I would strongly urge you to check them out. It's a great resource. And on top of that, check out Dominion, because I don't know if you know what you're demanding, right? Do you know what the animals go through?
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna still eat meat. That's just I like meat.
Okay, well, watch Dominion.
Not disrespectfully, of course.
Well, if you don't want to disrespect me, be honest to yourself and say, I will watch this, and you can tell me if you.
I'm gonna just be honest with
See,
you.
But that's cowardly. You're literally going, I'm going to keep
cowardly.
doing awful things, but I'm not going to look at what I'm
What did you
doing.
come up here? Yeah, what did you come up for?
I like discussion. That's why.
Okay, so
Okay,
you're
I
not
well,
here
like
to
I
learn?
like
5 other
learning. I
people
like
waiting,
hearing
so.
other people's beliefs.
Okay, but do
Okay,
you like
well,
to
she's got
learn?
5 other people waiting
Yeah.
to talk to
Okay,
her.
Lori. Okay, Lori.
So,
All right. Well, Pulte, please watch Dominion. I know you said you won't, but you should if you're really that confident. All right. All right.
that's what
So I have 10 minutes left before my partner has to go into another phone call. So maybe we'll try one more, but it might be interrupted.
Okay. Just let him know when you pull him up. Now
Yeah.
it's down to 3. Manuel's been waiting the longest. Manuel.
Yeah, he was up here earlier. I don't know if we want to bring him back
Oh, he
up.
was? Okay. That's up to you. That's up to
I
you.
think he was dropped because he was muted for a while, and I don't know if he could figure out how to unmute himself.
Well, you have other.
No, I was a dog, and then you thought I was going to show food or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just leave your camera
Oh,
off.
that's right. Yeah, just leave your
I
camera.
know that now. Thank you.
Yeah. It just looked
But,
like as I was
I was just gonna
closing
talk
your
about
camera,
my-
it looked like it was panning to a plate, so that's why I got nervous.
No, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
she's
It was
already
just my
had
balcony.
people
My
here,
vegetables.
show their junk too.
Yeah, that too.
Oh,
I don't
no,
want to
that's
see
weird.
that either. Anyway, go ahead. So,
Um,
how do you morally justify your animal use?
I have about. Well, justifying it is a hard word to say because I mean I love my chickens. They're like my pets. I have 20 of them, and I don't like going to the grocery store because there's a lot that goes to waste, and I don't just no-heartedly kill my animals. You know, I mean,
Do you think that
they
you
have the
need
freedom.
something from me?
They're running around the yard right now as we speak, and they have the freedom to hop the fence, and they hop back over and do whatever the hell they want.
Wouldn't it
I had
be
a hawk tear one of my roosters up and killed his ass.
wouldn't it be preferable if they could just keep living and you didn't have to take their life?
Right, and I do let them live. It is definitely like that because
No, I
I
mean
love
like
them.
at all. Like, wouldn't it be preferable if you just let them pass on their own and you didn't have to take their life? You could just care for
Right,
them.
no, and most of them probably will. But I
You're not
did have a
answering my
little.
question though. Wouldn't it be preferable if all of
I said
them,
yes.
all of them,
Oh, all of them.
wouldn't it be
Well, that's what I
preferable
was
if they
gonna
could
get to.
all live out their lives?
Well, I have a little rooster that was he was getting plucked by all, like kind of getting picked on by all the other roosters, I guess because there's a chain or I don't know how it works.
Yeah,
But
they
he
have a
was definitely
pecking
getting
order.
pulled.
That's their
And
natural tendency, especially when they're being crowded together.
well, I would love that as well. But you say that they want the freedom and everything, and if you make them comfortable and stuff, but at night they walk themselves into the coop. And if I don't
Okay.
shut the coop, raccoons will pillage that place and kill them all.
So
And I feed my
where did you
raccoons as
get these
well.
chickens?
Santa Fe, Texas, from a person I know, and also like half of them from a family member from Mexico.
Okay, where did they get their chickens?
They kind of raised them themselves and kind of breed them their own.
Where are all the males?
They're separated, but I do mix them up. Like I let them all out.
So for every female, statistically speaking, there's a male. That's how evolution works when they're born.
Well, actually,
half
for the
are male,
roosters
half
and
are
chickens, you're
female.
supposed to have one rooster per like 10 chickens.
I'm not saying what you're supposed to do for the health of the flock. Evolution is when a chicken is laying eggs and gives birth to these babies, right? Half of them will be male and half of them will be female. If you have a majority female flock, where are all the males?
Well, I got them from different places. I wasn't there whenever they were hatched.
So I'll
but
tell
I
you
do
what they do.
hatch my
They
own.
either
I'm
sell
eager
them,
for that.
they either sell them young for meat. They don't really make a lot of flesh
They're
though, so
putting
people
everybody
don't
in the
do
same
that.
box.
So they either sell them off for flesh when they're young, or the male chicks often are tied off in a bag, or they're drowned, or they're crushed, or they're gassed. If you get eggs from the store, all the males are macerated in a big blender on their first day of life because they're a waste product. So when you get chickens, if your chickens lay eggs more than 13 a year, you have a genetically modified chicken. That means that there is a shed where females are graped into their feces to make more chickens that produce eggs. And they go through in that hatchery separating the males and the females. They put males on one conveyor belt and the females on another. Like I said, and the males get blended up alive. So your chickens, because you got them from someone, you're demanding another one of these individuals who has been bred to have a handicap of overproducing eggs has to now exist carrying that weight every day, replacing it after they drop it, instead of only part of the year, for you, because of your demand. You did this. How is that fair to those chickens? Can you unmute yourself? I can't unmute you.
Not muted.
It says he's not muted, but he is.
I don't see.
Well, then at that point, then why don't I just murder them all for letting them do what they do naturally?
I mean, I'm not suggesting. I'm saying what you should do is look at them as sentient beings and realize that just because... Well, can I finish? Instead of thinking that just because you care for them, that whatever comes off of them you can just take, you should see them as sentient beings. Like, hey, I care about you. I want to give you what's in your best interest. And taking from them is not in their best interest. You can actually feed those eggs back to them.
You're talking about big business and you're putting everybody in the same box. I would love to keep these people
Manuel,
or these chickens that I have.
Do your chickens lay eggs every day or at least every other day?
Yes, but I don't take them all. My
So you
dog
do
gets
have
some.
genetically modified chickens because their ancestors, the original bird that was out in the wild that we took
What's
from
wrong with
their
the
home.
genetically?
Hush. The issue, as I'm explaining, is that we took someone out of their home who was surviving just fine on their own. We took them out of their home and we made them mate with someone they wouldn't normally, so they make a baby that's deformed, that produces more eggs for you. That's what I'm trying to point out. You have what is the result of exploitation. That's why those chickens do that. And because you took those chickens from someone else, they're going to replace their supply. You demanded more individuals with this handicap be born into existence. You did. I have to go now, though. It's the top of the hour. I very much apologize. It's the middle of our conversation. I will be live on Friday, 9 a.m., so if you want to come talk to me, then you can. But I have to go. My partner has to go into a meeting right now.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah. All right. You guys.
That's true.
Thank you, Lori. I really appreciate you being here, too.
Yeah. Thanks.
Everyone else have a great vegan day, and I'll see you on Friday. Actually, go check out Universe's live. I'm sure he'll be live today later, so go check him out. I'll see you guys later.